Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Just finishing getting things ready. And we should be good to go. Alright. God, I was just trying completely random shit last time. Need myself the Bimmer. The MV. And actually, we, no, yeah, let's jam some AI on the track. Same car. 31 opponents. We'll do 9. Last. Evening Slayer, how's it going? Just getting this all set up here. Because I have it just kind of set all weird. Guess that's what I get for just clicking random shit, yeah. But in hindsight, I should have changed it back, but I didn't. This is the right track, right? Yeah, it is. Cool. Probably pause it from sharing on the preview, because I don't see that. Alrighty. I'm actually throwing some AI in for this practice, which might hinder me. We'll see. But, it'll become pretty apparent as to why. Want to know how to get past people. The track is quite bumpy though, so I'm not fully sure how things are gonna play out in the longer run. But in theory, it is gonna be a bit of a drafting pack, I think. But, well, the other rounds have thrown up some unpredictable shit, so God knows what we're gonna see here. The AI are braking. That's a great sign already. Yes, this 3 and 4 here, there's the bit that we want to be careful of, though. That's where the car can just, like, scale up to the wall and end itself. If we're not careful. Like the AI is doing there. You can see the bumps that the car is skipping around on the track. It doesn't really want to just sit on one line. You can see the AI scooting up the track and braking. Which is making them not very useful. I'd love to see that happen in the actual race to all the people I come up against, but I can't really guarantee that, so... This is going to put quite a bit of strain on those outer tires, so... I don't think the mediums are going to be that useful. And we're not really grip limited on the hards, like we would be at other tracks. Thanks, AI. I've only really lifted off the throttle for avoiding AI shenanigans. Can we go high? We can. Didn't really work though. I did chicken out and lift. I get into the back. Kind of. you can see how hot they're getting on the right side. With the mediums, they'd be even hotter. Which we definitely need to understeer. We get them much on the outside, though, is the problem. And get a bit of pushing going on there, which will make things interesting. I think I'm still just now. Up down on the inside, and I think the AI will probably just let this happen. It's they're not very good. He's hanging out there. Maybe the AI. Sorry for misjudging you, Mr. AI. He's now just. He's gonna run me up the road. Okay. Oh my god, he's actually doing it. Wow, okay. Can I mimic now? Let us see. No. Run around the outside. Oh, okay. He went down, I went up. I don't know if the AI have more grip than me or what, but he's being able to do things that I can't do. They on the mediums, maybe? No. He's able to cut so much more speed on that upper line. Not anymore. He doesn't really know what he's doing in the slipstream, so he's gonna not do anything. Actually lift. Yeah, you can see a bit of understeer creeping in after only like 8 laps or so. Oops. Looking down at my phone to see if it finished charging. Right, it was over anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, the AI weren't much use. I wasn't expecting a lot, but yeah. I didn't see what the fuel consumption was like though. That would be pretty telling. I just noticed I forgot to remove the text as well. I'm very smart. Only the best content creator on this platform. I think traction control really helps. We don't really need much braking either, so. But yeah, it's been a shame the grids have been relatively small. We've had enough of a grid to have some fun racing, but it is a shame that we didn't really get the grids we maybe could have gotten. Got my throat. Because yeah, some of the racing so far has been pretty crazy with even with the smaller grids we've had. Thankfully, everyone's been pretty competitive with each other, but yeah. But that would have likely buried me even further at Martinsville when I jump started, so maybe that's a good thing, who knows. Yeah, the car does not want to hold the white line through the corner. That's okay though. As we keep momentum, but It's something to keep note of. The bumps stop the car from getting as smooth as a turn as you'd maybe want. It isn't like Daytona later tonight where it's like smooth as anything. It's just quite bumpy. Slightly faster. This is probably the track where we'll see the least amount. We'll still see some bleed off, I think, in the lap times. We'll probably see the least amount of bleed off in the lap times. Just due to the fact that you can just keep it full throttle. Also, this is also the most punishing if you hit the wall. Not really bleeding off as much speed. I'm surprised I'm still chipping away, but I guess it's the natural fuel will bleed. It's helping that. I guess if you could squeeze someone on the outside, or if you squeeze someone down to the inside, they will likely have to compromise themselves a bit, scrub off more speed to actually keep the car down, especially in 3 and 4. As you can see that the car just drifts away from that line, like if I was to try and keep that line. Not massive amount. Oh, I have fucked up the exit, but not massive amounts of speed I'm scrubbing, but still enough. How much fuel is that, though? Ooh, actually need more fuel. Makes sense. That should be good enough. Let's try the mediums, though. See if the mediums actually make much of a difference. I kind of feel like they won't, but they might. At least in like the first couple of laps. They'll definitely do the same as what they always do and just bleed off. But you know. Yeah, that was too quick to get to the start line. The ghost car is kind of broken now. 35.8 though. It'll take a couple laps to get up to speed as well, properly. Yeah, I don't think these really work at all. I think I'm sort of killing off too much speed with the extra grip. Not really giving me much of a benefit. 5.3 though. So maybe. We'll see though. Well, it depends on what lap times, but I think it's server time, so let's get on that. Quickly, I hit the wrong thing. Go away, Xbox. No. it seems like this track is maybe scared people off more. Darn. Yeah, we want like 18 liters, I think. No traction control. No brakes. That's all we can change, really. Qualifying position isn't going to matter as much here, though, in the grand scheme of things, so... As long as you get a good start, should be fine. Yeah, the bumps really don't want you to work the steering wheel as smoothly as you'd want. Can't just speed up the trim. Oh, as long as I'm not in the wall, we're good. .5. It's big. What a understeer there. They rolled it out nicely though. Like the least grippy the track's gonna be though, so something to keep note of. Won't be as bad in the actual race. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the medium or hards. As I have comfortable amount of fuel. That's the key thing, really. 13 minutes. Yeah. Maybe I'll go up to 19 just to be safe. I don't know. Cool. That is actually all working correct. $13.43. That should guaranteedly give me enough. Robert's trying to do a lap. He only did his outlap though. 4 minutes for qualifying. Group qualifying though. Get up to 6th gear. Then forget about the gears. nail this first corner. Not really, but it was decent enough. .6. All about just being smooth on that steering wheel. That's what this is all about. I'm not doing anything erratic. Right line, keeping smooth. Trying to straighten up the... Try to turn as little as possible as well and straighten up the wheel as soon as possible. There's another key parts. The track is just getting better and better, so we're improving lap after lap, and we're burning off fuel a little bit as well, which does help. Try a bit of a later turn in into this corner, see if that helps me at all. You know what, I think it actually does. It's good to know. Early turning here is still the best, but maybe capture a little bit of slipstream off of the Batia. Didn't really get much. Yeah, but I really lost out on this lap more than anything. Shucks. Yeah, I'm almost a 10th down, Jesus. That's a lot. Tires done for, maybe? Have I gotten all I can out of them? Maybe I have. Got it from on the line. Just. I'm actually doing better, but qualifying is over. I guess because I did hold a better speed over the line. 35.410. Hoping that's actually enough fuel to make it. Yeah, okay, cool. Anyone gambling on the mediums? No, everyone is on the hards. Makes sense. Pretty certain it is just the better tire. Starting up front might be a death sentence, but we're gonna see how that goes. Just gotta make sure I nail the start, which I haven't been terribly great at, but worst comes to worst. I've also been pretty decent at driving my way back to the front, so we'll see. The main goal, though, is beat Yari. The other two aren't really relevant in the championship fight. an okay start. Annoyingly, I am towing Yari along with me. He's going to give me a big old push there. That hurt him quite a bit, I think, though. But I have given him a bit of a hand there. I probably should have tucked up and given Robert the slipstream more, but alas. Let's try and do that along here, actually. Give him a bit of a tow. Cut down to block off Yari. He's going to try and come up high. Turn along that bottom train. Need to avoid Robert trying to come underneath me, though, because that would be a death sentence. Let's see, will Robert give me a helping hand here? He is. Bit of a bump. Good stuff. Is definitely the dominant line. Don't want to squeak off of that. Yari's doing a good job at hanging himself on the outside, though. Admittedly, AC's broken side drafting is kind of helping with that, but oh, have a big old push. Car got a bit loose there. Probably does help him having to hug the inside line so much. Keep Robert at bay. Like, I was hoping I could maybe give Mattia a bit of a peek there. But I put them 3 wide behind me. Saying it's all about making the right moves at the right times. Ideally, I want to try and hold on to this lead, wherever I can, for 9 minutes. It's yet to be seen, but don't really want to break away too much either, actually, because that will also be pretty damning. Let's see if I can maybe give Yari a lick toe there, but no. Happy to keep pushing Roberts. This is good. Yari, I think, has been forced to settle now. He's still hanging out there. He's still going for it. Ooh, bit of a knock on the rear bumper. Ooh, he's really pushing. Surprised Yari is still trying it around the outside there. I think he's finally decided it's time to tuck into the main line. Whoa, big bump. I don't know who is the fastest lap, but it's not me. I'm literally just mirror driving at this point now. Just seeing where he's putting his car. Just trying to make sure that I don't become a cropper. He might try something erratic once we get near the end. I don't know. I can feel the car moving around a lot from where he's pushing. He jumped off the throttle pretty big time there. Way through. He got the fastest lap there because he got put back. And you can see just with the slipstream there, amount the speeds are going up. 34, we're into the low 35s. We're like 4 tenths a second faster, really. See it jumping out of line. Gary's gonna go with him. 5.5 minutes to go. Right there. Knocked me up. I don't know where he is though. I think I could just about cut down. Oh, Mattia's up in the wall. That's unlucky for him. That's pretty much him out of this race. Oh yeah, he's way out. I think he might have retired back to the pits though. That's unlucky. I didn't really catch what happened there. I think he's still going. I think it's just real time playing up. Pulled away from Yari though. Not quite though. I want to get him out of slipstream range ideally. It's going to be hard to do. A bit easier to do with one less car in the pack. Just need to keep towing Robert along. However, Mattia might... I doubt it, actually. I was going to say he might become a lap car. But I do kind of doubt that we will catch him in time, actually. We are faster than him, but we're not that much faster than him. So... yeah, it's tough. Minutes 47 to go though. He's trying it. I don't feel like dying though, so I'm gonna... oh, he's backed out. Need to turn him along though. Yari nearly had a run there. Two are locked side by side pretty much. Oh, but he's broken free a little bit. It's good. Oh, he's trying to come around the outside now. Back to the inside. He's playing a game of fire here. Oh, come on, keep the car hooked down. His tires had it. He's trying to come underneath me. We are catching up to Mattia though. So maybe, actually, we might just catch him. I don't know. I don't know what kind of lap times he's running. But that would help me out, actually, because I could start almost using him as a bit of a pick. My car cannot hold the bottom. Repair is going for it. But I need to sort of just let him go. Tuck him before Yari can do anything. But I think Yari's already there. Pull as much of that slipstream as I can. Really tuck down. I tuck in? Come on. Not quite. Problem is I'm alongside Robert's wheel. Ooh, we touched a little bit. Use that side draft to pull me alongside him. Leaning on that shit real hard. Oh my god. Oh, he got a big hit there from Yari. Oh, I cut Yari off though. We're good. Robert, he's out in the lead. Oh, where's he going? It's a bit erratic there. I'm not gonna for the push. It's pretty crazy though. Gotta be careful. This might be, I think this will be the second last lap. Here we go. Pull Yari out of the slipstream. Going in for the kill on the side draft. Gonna be super close. Come on. Oh, I think he just got me. Whew. That was crazy. Now we gotta do it all over again. Whew. Jesus. Did I get him? Oh, that's a bit skewed. It says SRS TV is in the lead. So Mattia gets the first row to himself. Woo. Okay, here we go again. Immediately strung out into a single file. That makes sense. I'm actually going to grab 6th gear pretty early here. Gary's rubber bending quite a bit. Give him a punt there. We're still going to fight now. So much speed. I had to lift there. Oh my god. The man's gonna give me a push. I'm gonna give Mattia a push. Matthias jumped up a lane. Oh, slightly off the throttle into the corner. Don't want to get into the back of him now. Be the worst time. Big old push there. Okay, it means I can really chase his tail. You know what? We're gonna take a gamble. Should go for the side drop. Oh, he's drifting way up the track. I'm gonna be 3 wide. Oh my god, we are. Jesus. That was so close. Oh, I had him on my inside, Yari on my outside. Jesus Christ. Yari's coming in with the push, though. That's going to push us to ahead. However, that's kind of sabotaged him. Because I needed to grab this inside line. Can't really jump up and give him any slipstream, though, because he's going to get blocked by Mattia. Mattia's going to come to my outside, though, which is actually going to mimic what we did with Robert last time. I don't know if any of them really know how to utilize the side drop, but this would be a good time to see if any... Oh my god! The sketchy pushes are coming out now! The real sketchy pushes. To Robert through. Are we gonna get tandem drafting here? He's going to my inside. Go for the push. Oh my god, Mattia got supercharged. However, he broke away too much from Yari. Couldn't really carry any of that momentum out of the exit. I somewhat dread that I'm just going to be like left hooked suddenly. I really could have used the spotter here, which I don't have. The red arrows on my guy. No doubt if I had crew chief on, he would be going crazy. Oh, those two are going to touch a little bit. Oh, Robert's on the apron. Oh, I'm in the wall. Get a bounce off of Mattia. Oh, Mattia's out. Well, that was a revelation. Those two are going to have to work together, though, if they want to try and catch back up. Must have been a bit of a concertina effect, I think. Back to resume positions from last time, I guess. Let's see what kind of games Robert's going to pull this time. Give me leverage of the whole track width, at least for the time being. But it doesn't seem like he's awfully keen on working with me. Definitely wants to turn this into a straight paddle. It's fair enough. Chance of those two catching is pretty slim. Doesn't really need to go for a push. Might do it anyways. Got too much speed there. No. Kind of fluffed that anyways, but Still 6 minutes to go in this race, so long way. Woo. I had to lift out there. I caught Rivera at a bit of a bad spot. Oh, caught him in another bad spot. These runs I'm getting are just murderous. Keeping up the theme of the sketchy pushes. But really, kind of just need to hold station and wait for my chance to strike. Keep him within range. Maybe give him a little push here and there. Paying full attention, I had to lift off a bit. Careful on that throttle. I have all the advantages of the slipstream, but I don't want to wreck him. It's something I gotta be very careful of. It's his AC after all. It doesn't have the most friendly over-raced AC. What could go wrong? The first race is actually pretty good. We yet to see how this one ends, but Yari and Mattia wiped each other out, so it's down to a 2-horse race. Because unfortunately, everyone else was scared away by the big banking. But this whole season, actually, because I don't think you've been here for any of the races so far, has actually been ovals, but they've all been short ovals, so it's more about. Slipstreaming hasn't been that much of a factor, really. It's been more about, well, it kind of has. You know, if there's a straight on a racetrack, it's always bonking for the win. You know it. I need to figure out what the best plan of attack is, really. I've got 3 minutes to come up with something that'll get me back in the lead and allow me to stay there. I think with like a minute to go, maybe I'll start making moves. Start trying to make like action moves, maybe a minute and a half. And laps are about 35 seconds here. Just need to make sure he doesn't try anything silly. But I'm pretty happy just sitting behind him at the moment. Mattia is going slow. Must have run into some more trouble. Or he just wants to be back in the pack again, who knows. Ideally, though, I don't know if I wanted to be at the back of the pack more than at the front. So yeah, Bez going up, trying to use Mattia as a pick. Mattia's going to pull off onto the runoff, though. That understeer. Holy mama. Ease off a bit. Try and run a couple of laps for staying. Try and cool off these tyres a bit. In the slipstream, but not quite. Run as less aggressively as possible. Just gonna let Robert do the heavy work and burn up keep his restrained. But now I guess it's go time. Gotta try and find a way past him. Carry a run through here. Let's see, where's he gonna go? He's gonna go low. He's so close with that slipstream pull out. So I want to try and just side draft him through this corner. He's coming up the track. A little bit of lag for me there. Wider line into the corner. Really box him in. That exit. Come on. Oh. Needed just a bit more power, I think, to get past. I was even closer than last time. A little bit more power. Just a little bit more power. Oh. Not quite as planned, that one. That is the championship, though. Shame I only have the one race replay, but it was definitely the more aggressive racing. I think everyone was just trying to feel the waters out in that first race. Then it was full aggression mode in race 2. I thought I was gonna wreck after those first couple of laps. People were pushing hard. But that's what you gotta do. Hey Donnie, how's it going? Whew. I think those are like 2 of the hardest fought second places I've probably ever done. I don't think I've ever seen this before. SRS TV actually being marked as grid spot 1. Race 1 was basically the same as race 2, except I started from the front, pretty much. And less aggressive. But yeah, pretty much meant that we got strung out immediately into a line. That didn't last for long, though. The old pushing was out in full swing. Got a bit of a bad luck there. Yeah, I was trying the outside. I think the cars were just maybe a little underpowered for this track, though. They did good at keeping close, but if you couldn't get that bottom line, it was really hard to. It was really, really hard to pass, especially without help. Yeah, of course, yeah, Yari tries to go up high. Doesn't really work through 1 and 2. Especially not given that I got up to Mattia and I give him a little bit of a push. Especially on the exit. A little bit sketchy there, but fine. Yeah, Robert got me a bit loose there. He jumped up to the high side. Try and give Yari a bit of slipstream, but it didn't really work out. And yeah, back to the old pushing. A lot of pushing. The only problem is sometimes, especially with the bumps as well, I don't think that helped. Sometimes you got a bit of a wonky push and really fired the person ahead. Yeah, I ended up at the back. I thought, screw it, I'm actually going to try and make a move. He skated way up the track, which kind of spooked me a bit. But I kind of held my line. Did he brake, actually? Oh, I think he did. Yeah, he spooked himself. It really stacked everyone up. Yari wisely followed me up top. And then he tried to make it 3 wide, and I got sandwiched. Luck, I don't know how we didn't wreck here. I was so... like, hardly any space. I went too low. I hit Mattia with just what I did. I go too high, I hit Yari. Both of them are touching me in my rear quarter panel, which is not the place I want either of them to be touching me. Luckily, though, we all lived. I got a bit of a wiggle on, but that forced both of them to check up pretty much, so... Rivera, I think, got the worst end of the stick from that. But opened up that inside. Kept me up on the high side. Yari was getting pretty unlucky with these pushes, though. It's like, every time... It seemed like every time he went to push someone, he'd give them a pretty big push that would then break them away. And here it was like, well, I had to cover off Mattia, so... Fortunately, had to leave him high and dry. Because I'd just broken away too far. But Mattia tries the high side. Trying to get the bit of that side draft. Where Robert was off to here. But I think he got a bit... He got a bit out of shape, I think. Oh no, I was the one getting out of shape from the pushing, I think. These two pushing on the top as well. Basically just a lot of pushing. Where was it? Where did it happen? Oh yeah, so there you go again. Just bam! Massive push. Did he back out actually? I wonder. Like, does he... Like, backed out of the throttle right as he hit. I think he backed out the throttle a little too late. Kind of played him a little bit. Also didn't really help Mattia that much. Yeah, Robert was bit of a swat up there. Tandem pairs though. Yeah, again, Mattia just got a bit of that unlucky push. Robert, yeah, got down on the apron a bit here. Is this it? Oh yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, Rebecca on the apron again. You see, my car kind of just goes straight. What was I doing? Did I... I opened up the wheel slightly, but not enough to make it not do that. It just didn't turn. Ah, but I wonder if maybe the front wheel... You can see the car lifts up quite a bit at the front. Playing slow-mo again. Yeah, the car's bouncing around all over the place. You see the front lifts up there before it, like, settles back down again. So I wonder if that gave me more understeer than I thought I would have. And that put me in the wall, which obviously stacked everyone up. I had to stay high. And then, yeah, this is where it happens. We all survived. But then, oh. Did Mattia lift off? Yeah, I wonder. Oh no. He just... I think he rubber banded. Oh, that's unlucky. You see, he just suddenly gains a burst of speed and bam, hooks him. They both go into the wall. Mattia didn't have a very good time tonight. Race 1, he ended up in the wall. Race 2, he got put in the wall. I See, that would be interesting to see in race 1 how that happened. I think he might have gotten spooked. I'm not sure. Okay, back to the same old with me and Robert. Yeah, I got a little wide here, and I saw him like sticking his nose up, so I thought, sod it, I'm just gonna let it happen. And try and pull it off in the last few laps. Yeah, pretty much just went to pushing him. I was just trying to, like, think. Bit hard to think, though, when you're trying to do precise inputs and avoid wrecking the guy in front of you, but... I was trying to think of a logical strategy that would, get me this W. And I actually did start backing out about here a bit, like kind of trying to hold back, stay in the slipstream, but try and like save the tires a bit, cool them off just a little bit, try and give me any kind of marginal advantage I could. Because I was then hoping I could slingshot him. He wasn't gonna let me have the inside, and I couldn't get enough of a run to force the inside. Unless I wanted to be a complete idiot and, like, drop below the dotted line here, which technically I could have done, but he then also could have just not let me up into the corner, which meant I either would have had to have conceded or wrecked us both, so, you know. Not really a situation I want to put us in. And yeah, so I tried on the outside, leveraging a bit of the side draft. At least AC's wonky implementation of it. It's just hard to stay close enough on the corner exit, though. Because they were pretty much... Did I have... I don't know. We're not at the finish yet, but I think I might have just been ahead at the line. So shame that wasn't the final lap. I decided I'd hang it wide here. Get a bit of a run again. Force him as low as I can, pull out at the last minute, and then like try and squeeze to get that side draft, and also try and slow him up a bit. But again, just really hard to do. Just didn't quite have the advantage this lap. And same thing again. Kind of pull that run. And the exit, keep it as tight as I can in. Only problem is this is probably helping him out a bit as well, but I needed every bit of speed I could get. Tried going out wide to hold more speed into the corner and then tuck back in on the exit, which kind of worked. You can see I've had more speed than him on the exit. Oh, I was ahead for a fraction of a second. Wrong bit. Here, I was ahead. I think maybe here's where I should have tried. I guess I couldn't really have gone anywhere, though. I guess if I was a dick, I could have tried, like, really squeezing him against the grass, but... yeah. Shorter line prevailed. Pretty much the same way how race 1 ended, but this time it was closer. I was hoping I'd have just enough this time. But last time, yeah, Mattia hit the wall, and we were able to, me and Robert worked together to sort of pull the gap we needed over Yari, so he wasn't in the slipstream anymore. And then, yeah, ditto on the finish, pretty much. Let's get those results up. Again, shame we didn't get larger grids for this series, but, you know, with the grids we did get, we had some pretty damn good racing. Oh, 3103 on the incident points. Guess that was from car-to-car contact, probably. Yari on race 1, though, was adamant of staying on that high line. He didn't want to come down unless he absolutely had to. He was making it kind of work, so he was hanging in. Might have benefited, given how AC's like side drafting works. But, you know, making the most of the circumstances. Yeah, typically in real life, if that happens, you're toast. You're gone. But yeah, Robert took the win. What was that? Point. Actually, is this race 1 or is this race 2? Oh, this is race 1. Yeah, because I started up front, led most of it. I might have been closer, actually, race 1. I'm not sure. Look at that, though. We were doing... I think my pole time was a 35.4. And we all did 35 zeros in the race. With Robert cracking a 34.9. 4 attempts faster from slipstreaming alone. Race 2, we were even faster. Crikey. Way more incident points, so 2, 4, 1, and 6. You can tell how much more aggressive it was. But Tia, unfortunately, had a streak of bad luck. I'm guessing he got in the wall again after the spin with Yari. Yeah, 34.944, 34.995, 35.0, and 35.1. Hey, even faster though. Crazy. Yeah, that was pretty good fun. Nice jumbling of positions throughout. Overall, though, I beat Yari. I actually scored the same points. Third, second, fourth. But, so yeah, everyone bar 2. Everyone bar 2 people. Gotta win. I don't think I've seen totally that many relative people in a championship get wins. Of course, the seconds and the thirds are a bit less impressive given the grid sizes, albeit the competition was still pretty tough. But you know, the wins, that's what everyone's fighting for. Yari actually had the lowest incident average, though. Well, Miko had a 0, but he didn't do the full season. He missed the 2 most chaotic rounds at Bristol and Asheville, so... Or Asheville. So... Myself and Robert, the only 2 to get perfect scores. I got a perfect score at Iowa. Robert picked up perfect score here at Mountain Peak. But yeah, everyone got a win. Except from Michael and Yuna. So basically everyone who did more than 1 round actually got a win. It's these 2, yeah, 95, 92, 86, 88. I think Martinsville was the only round. I know I did still get a podium in Martinsville. But yeah, 4 wins for me, 2 for Yari, 1 for Mattia, 2 for Robert, 1 for Phil, and 2 for Miko. Surprisingly, Miko's came at separate rounds. race 1 at Martinsville and race 2 at Ballalunga. But yeah, it was good fun. I closed the wrong thing. There we go. Ferrari time, though. Hopefully, the track has been fixed. Because the track was wrong. Okay, it has been fixed. Good. I didn't properly check. But nobody complained, so I assumed it was fine. It is fine. Cool, we're at the Daytona Road Course. I'm going to quickly load up. However, I need to use the bathroom. So probably let AI Bob go. And, I guess we'll see. We'll see what kind of time he can lay down. If I can even find the card, that is, I'm 59XX Evo. Yeah, Rob did inform me the other day that it was actually set to the oval rather than the road course, which would have been very interesting, to say the least. But yeah, I did.
Your skin is okay.
I did go and test the car out there for on the oval for the shits, and
skins checked, nothing new. Carry on.
Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, admittedly, the AI weren't really the best to try this with. I didn't have a setup for Sebring. Huh? Let's see, Montagna di Pietra. We could just take the setup from there, I think. Actually, what? I'm trying to remember where we've been in this season. Mugello. I don't really want the Mugello setup. It's so much time getting this poxy setup. There we go. Okay, cool. Put you on board with old AI Jimbo. And, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Ah, back. Hopefully, AI me has been entertaining you with his subpar driving. As I proved to be the smartass that I am and whacked my head on the steering wheel. Okay. Server time, so no practice. Probably like to see, right? Yeah, because of the heat, I've been drinking a lot.
Your skin is okay.
And that obviously has its side effects.
Skins checked, nothing new, carry on.
Cool though. Get some driving in. I'm pretty familiar with Daytona road course, so I think we should be fine. And I've driven this car for the past 6 weeks, so should also be fine. I did forget to bring up anything about replacements. I will talk about that obviously afterwards, but now we got a race to get ready for. But as I was saying, I did test on the oval for the against the AI for the shits and giggles to see what it'd be like. Ooh, okay, yeah, you need to brake there. And oh god, fault tires. Yeah, obviously the AI aren't very good. Wait, hang on, I need to. AI aren't very good at Daytona Oval. They just aren't. Surprisingly, for how much track space you have, the AI are afraid to fan out more than 2 wide. I don't really know how to correct that, but they just can't seem to do it. Like they'll pretty much get into double file and stay in double file, which means that you basically end up getting like a rotating grid of 4s that occasionally breaks up. But given AC side drafting is kind of wonky, the front 2 kind of just slipstream each other all the way around, so they kind of stay locked in step. But yeah, a problem with this car obviously is its unique wing configuration, which means on the bits where you actually want to be slipstreaming people, the wing is wide open. And there's no way you can really control that. So, and if you what? Well, there is by lifting off the throttle, but you kind of, don't really want to force people to lift off the throttle. Not just like disable DRS either, because well, it doesn't, not officially DRS. But yeah, that kind of makes the car not very good at slipstreaming. It still has a slipstream, right? Which will definitely come into play here on the road course, I think. But on the oval, it's not enough to really be able to make moves. You need to get big runs, like you saw in like you would have seen in the BMW race. Even though this car has a lot more power, it can't get the runs it needs. You need a pretty significant amount of speed to be able to clear someone on an oval like this. Albeit the car also does struggle to hold the corners a bit, so that also would have been a bit interesting. At like top speed, which is like 200 miles an hour, basically. So it would have been interesting, but maybe not in a fun way. Not as fun as being on the road course, at least. And that was the original plan anyway, so... Didn't want to break away from that, really, because that wouldn't really be fair. I mean, I don't really care about practicing, because obviously I don't do it, but... it wouldn't be fair to those who do. To be like, that track that you practiced on, Now we're doing a completely different one now. Surprised it's telling me I actually have positive toe at the front. Kind of crazy. I'm going to keep running though with the race setup. Michael has surprisingly high ping. He's red. I could see he's like moving about weirdly. Didn't realize the pit speed light is down there on this car also, which is really strange. Yeah, I don't know if you're still around, Donnie, but I did catch your stream a bit after the fact. Saw you got very unlucky with a jump start. That was pretty criminal. I don't think I've ever seen it be that strict or that harsh, but I don't know what I don't know if there is any explicitly set thresholds on how they constitute the jump start. Michael's jumping up out of the way. Yeah, unlike in the Beavers, I don't know if there's a championship fight here. I think it's opened up quite a bit now. I think it's Miko's to lose, really. Albeit, I do remember there were some funny patterns we noticed last week, so if those continue, then that would be funny. But we'll see. This race might break those patterns. Has been surprisingly enjoyable though. I do need to compile a list though at some point. I've been meaning to do this for a while and like compile a list of every series that basically all the content that I've run in these series. And sort of come up with a list of like what's worked and what hasn't. Of course, that's a lot of stuff to go through. It's like, especially now, it's like, you know, 2.5 years, maybe. I'm not sure. It's been a while now since I've been doing series on here. I think I'm pretty certain I've done less series as not a host than I have as. But yeah, unique seasons. Like, I think I've done less when James is around compared to the ones since he's not been around. But yeah, we've run a lot of stuff, and I've driven a lot of different cars. It probably would be worth going back through, seeing what the races were like. Or trying to remember what the races were like, looking at like the attendance and stuff like that. Kind of get a list of what content I think is good, and what content worked. Because, like, there have been some cars that I have enjoyed, but others hasn't. For example, the Euro NASCAR. The last time we ran the Euro NASCAR, it was a complete dud. I don't mind the Euro NASCAR, I quite like the way it drives. But a lot of people didn't, so they didn't do the series. Which is fair enough. But obviously, want to avoid that kind of conflict of interest. I knew I was taking a big risk this season with the oval stuff. But luckily we got reasonable enough fields with very competitive drivers that kept things interesting all the way through. And I Lando Norris'd myself, so I didn't win maybe as much as I could have. And other people were just good. Like, Robert did just beat me fair and square in those previous 2 races. And, you know, the other... Basically, all the wins were fair and square. You know... I got in my own head in the races that I could have won but didn't. So I only have myself to blame. But, I could sort of empathize with him now, but I also can't because he's a Formula 1 driver and I'm not. So... I not? Oh, I can't change the brake bias from the car. No. I want to try and push it forward a little bit, see how that felt. Surprisingly in 3rd place at the moment. Okay. Doesn't really get me anywhere. Car's feeling a little loose under the braking though, so I think we are going to chance it on pushing that forward a bit. I don't really know what else I could change. I think I'm pretty happy in the rest of the car, to be honest. What am I getting on the fuel numbers? Not good, is the answer. So we want to push that up. That should do me fine. So slow me down in these runs here. You know, maybe... actually, no. I want to focus on the race car. I don't really care too much about qualifying. If I get a good qualifying out of it still, it's a plus. But I definitely want a better race car more than anything. The camera's coming up. Terrible idea from me. Yeah, it was a bad idea. Wait, let's park it on the exit here though. Remember, this car is pretty wide. In some respects, I might be sat a little too close to the steering wheel, but I don't know. Well, the camera might be a bit too close to the steering wheel. Oh, there's a puff of smoke there. That might cause someone. I did see someone hanging on the outside of the track. Was that maybe Mattia? I don't know. Someone's hanging in the void. And sets a new PB. I get no turning into turn 1. Amazing. Car does feel more stable into these braking zones though. I am also carrying a little bit more weight. Something to note. But maybe 61% is kind of the optimal number that I want, I'm not sure. Try to force that wing open to get that rotation out. Thing over the mouse cursor. We are about a 10th up. We are down to 4th place though. who bumped me, but I'm going to try and bump myself back. I didn't do it. I guess it was Jim with that 42-0. Probably with soft tires. Yeah. Jim and Batia or Yari. Soft tires probably could have done that. But soft tires and quality fuel. But 4th place is good. I'm happy with that. Actually gonna crank the brake bias to 61. I think that should be the sweet spot. And we get ready to go racing. It doesn't have a horn. It can flash Yari though. Be a nuisance. Okay though. Here we go. Final race of the season. Cheers for the luck. I will need it. Too bad of a start here. I got a pretty bad one though. Just gonna box me out right behind him, which isn't good, especially as he's immediately rubber banding. I was contemplating. Oh, Jim pit lane started. That's unlucky, but it didn't really cost him too much, though it seems. Bit of ping pong behind me. Whoa! Someone got knocked into the pit lane. That Robert maybe. Hectic start. Broken away a bit from the field, or the main field group. We're just about in touch with the leaders. Pit lane started yesterday, my car was rolling backwards. But yeah, I did mention that earlier, yeah. I was very unlucky, I did see. I tuned in after the fact and I saw that and I was like, oh no. I was very unlucky. Because he like hardly rolled back. But it was apparently enough. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Tony the cheater tried to kill the car behind him at the start. Yeah, God, such a filthy cheat, eh? Oh, I'm all over the road here. They broke it away from me though, which is a bit of a problem. However, I do have a healthy gap on the cars behind me, but that's not too bad. I like they're just gonna fight each other. It's pretty good. Oh, the understeer though. Bug me. He goes nearly to the front of that pack though, so he's likely going to be breaking free and coming for my ass soon. Hopefully they can hold him up. So gonna TD in the rally. Oh no. Not your night, eh? Not your night. Top tier driving from me yesterday. Entertainment value at least, I guess. Pretty glad that I took the gamble on that Oval Series this season, though. If nothing else, for the races at, like, Bristol and, like, Ashenville, because they were in-fucking-sane. I guess this final round was also pretty crazy. Iowa was a bit meh, because I just dominated both races. Wasn't too bad, though. Still fun, but a bit stale compared to the insanity that ran. Martinsville was a bit of a dud, because I fucked it all up. The others probably had a good time, though. What were the other rounds here? Bristol, Ashenville. Adelunga Club was alright. But it was really hard to pass, so... Surprisingly even harder to pass than at Ashenville, which is crazy. Given that track is like just one lane all the way around. Or like 1.5 lanes all the way around. And then Mountain Peak was pretty good. Oh, I've overcooked this a bit. We're okay though. Eco is 3 though from that pack. That seemed to be like I'm still putting ground on the pack though. Mattia is surfacing to the front though, so that might be another problem I'll have to deal with later on. 140.9, Jesus Christ. Expected nothing less, but still, Jesus Christ. Okay. I feel like if you hesitate on that corner, you are dead. Because the wing will close up and then you'll just understeer off into the shadow realm. You've got to keep your foot flat and pry that wing open. Otherwise it just doesn't go. Nico's closing up. I'm like overdoing this chicane like every lap. That kind of worked though. Can't quite break into that slipstream though of Yari. Which is the problem. So Nico looms closer. And largely in a bit of a no-move land. Ignoring the red car that's progressively getting bigger and bigger in my mirrors. And is a second a lap faster than me. He is going for it, madman. I don't know if he was actually hoping that he could maybe make a boost. That would have been... I fucked that all up. I was like a year late. Bro, trying to pass you from 2024. Grinding the walls, linking this mod you can drop for it. Yeah, you do. I don't know what it is. I think there might be some, like, jank with, like, AC and walls and high bankings. That being said, I think Mountain Peak is okay. I didn't really touch the walls that much there, but... I guess on the straights, though, the banking plateaus out there, so... Maybe not the greatest comparison. I think he's going to have me here, though. He's going to go for it, yep. Is he gonna make it, though? Oh, he is. Oh, but he's gonna proper stack himself up. Oh, I can cash it slipstream. Hopefully. This car, again, isn't very Isn't very strong in the slipstream. Looking at that fuel number though, it's not particularly great. How the hell does he pull away? See what I mean about the slipstream not being very strong in this car? He actually pulled out a bit. Okay, now I'm closing in though, making leverage of that slipstream. I'm like gonna make this on a whisker of fuel though, it's kind of crazy. Means I might have to start getting a little bit crafty. But yeah, I don't know if it's maybe I'll have to go back and try Mountain Peak after this on the corners and hit the walls and see what happens. But I think there might be some kind of quirk with how AC handles collisions against high banking. Like, I don't... Obviously, there's, like, no tracks of banking in the base game, really. I guess unless you count... Well, I guess Monza Oval. Does that happen on Monza Oval? I guess that's an experiment for afterwards. Because Monza Oval might debunk my theory. Unless Kunos worked around it. He has beelined it away. That Yari also picked up the slack. I think Miko kind of slimmed me up last lap though. I was like almost a second off. I'm like 4 tips of this thing. Yari tried to snake. I'll let him through. I'm 40.2. Jesus Christ, however, he has them on the outside, but it doesn't seem like it worked. Actually... Side by side. Kia has broken free from Robert as well. But now Yari's got the inside for here. And to fight on. Miko's taking it. Yeah, he might be able to try and fight back, but he's just so much faster that I'm not really sure gonna have much of a chance. I'm like almost 8 temps down already. What the fuck? How am I driving so slow? Jim's got past repair. Jim's making a good recovery from the pit start. Unless the pit start was intentional, then who knows? Because it wasn't a jump start, I don't think. Because he got away pretty immediately. So I'm guessing he just didn't press the start button in time. And the game warped him into the pits. Oh, downshift protection. Why? I guess now it's going to be trying to hold 5th place over Batia. But I'm driving pretty damn slow at the moment, so... Not quite sure how well that's going to go. Hoping that Jim and Robert aren't going to pick up speed, though. Jim has fought his way to the front, though, so I'd have to assume Jim's speed is pretty good. 41.9. I did a 42.8 that last lap, so... But I can do 41s, so I just need to start doing them again. Oh, doing that's gonna help. It's very wide on the curb. I think 5th is likely going to be where we're going to finish. So Mattia does seem to just be faster. But we're going to try. We're going to try. But realistically speaking, I think he has the speed advantage to have me by the end of this. Still gotta catch me first, but... we'll see. Luckily, the gap to Jim and Robert hasn't really come down too much. He has caught me, however. Battle for the lead is on. That slide through there actually kind of helped somewhat. I'm gonna brake like a year too early for this corner. Still kind of worked there. Got a wiggle there. That really killed my speed on the exit. Caused me to grab the shift early and drop a couple of tenths. He is closing in. Not as quickly as I thought, though. Which means that I might just be able to hold him off. I think he'll likely catch me, but passing is a whole different ballgame. Jim and Robert still aren't really getting any closer, though. So that's good. I'm going to lose a place to Mattia. I don't want to drop any lower than 5th, really. So. Your numbers are looking like they are evening out. So unless I start magically finding a way to burn more fuel, I think we should be good on the fuel department. So that number is slowly creeping up. Not gonna overwhelmingly miss the brake pedal on this car, but the rest of it is pretty good. It is probably easily the best boomer trick they cut. Oh, he got a big wiggle. Sort of proper sideways out onto the banking there. He really didn't lose a lot of time from that, though. Seems like he stayed pretty stagnant around here, which is a bit annoying. I was hoping he'd start bleeding off on the speed pickup, but that didn't really happen. Minutes to go. What's that? About 2 more laps after this one. Saying 4, but I don't believe that. It's saying 3, obviously. I got way wide here. I did kind of work on the exit though. Pulled a nice chunk of time there. But yeah, I guess if that's predicting for... downshift protection, fuck you. That's predicting for a lap extra than what we're actually going to do, then that means we are pretty golden on fuel, I think. Which is good. Haven't really been saving. Just kind of been driving how I drive. This kind of fucks me all the time. He's way close now. He got a wiggle again, though. He's able to just carry that speed, which is a bit of a problem. Need to try and trace the, like, pretty much perfect line around here. and I'm gonna overcook it by a country mile. Which isn't gonna help me in the slightest. But yeah, definitely only one map to go as I touch the apron. We're definitely making this easy for him. Not intending to, but that's kind of how it's going. He's gonna have a big run on me here. I'm going extremely fucking wide. If I can kind of run off the exit though, cover him off if I can. This is the last lap. We should have closed on Yari a bit. Maybe we haven't, I'm not entirely sure. It's got to suck out into the banking. And he's going to be right in that slipstream window. Right down on the line though. Basically parked it there. That's what I had to do. I hope now that he can't really carry a run. He's gonna try to. He might have this though. Come on, can I get it back? No. Oh. God damn it, man. Big snap. Every race has ended the same way. The same way. 3 races, the same finish. Well, I guess technically the opposite. I was the aggressor in the ovals, but you know. But all 3 races have ended with me getting pipped at the line. Hit a fucking slipstream battle. Or just coming short, I guess I should say. I was thinking about lifting off and trying to swap the... Try and make it so that I was the one with the slipstream run coming off the corner, but I needed to pit me. Dirty bugger, eh? At least that inner Dale Senior. Only meant to rattle his cage. Yeah, I did not get a good start. It's sort of wobbling, like sort of rubber banding a bit too much for me to be like, See, we're all so close to this first corner. Rob is going way wide. We're all locking up, squirming around. I think we all made that through without contact, though. Oh, never mind. Well, we made it through turn 1 without contact, at least. But yeah, oof. I don't think Rob saw Robert there, really. Jim, though. Guess he just didn't... He never gridded. Okay. That's fair play. Bad from pits again. Didn't want to get an unfair advantage, I guess. Might have held back a little too much, though. Oh, who the hell is that going off? Michael. I know that pain. I think all of us have had a pit lane start. Oh, he was just late on the brakes. Oh. Good avoiding action, though. To avoid anything bad happening. But you made a good recovery, though, Jim. I saw you were like... You made it to the front of this main group. Oh, Michael went off there. I'm gonna take the P1, and T1 was not so great. We'll get to that, I guess. It's pretty stagnant up front, though. I couldn't really get much going. We all spread out pretty quick. Cut the line like I'm not inside. Heavy TC and soft. Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't really try the soft. I think I might have done in like one race and they fell apart really quickly. Or he was actually ahead here. I guess he just couldn't quite cut it through the pack like Miko could. Slow burst. It works though. Exactly. Whoa. That was a nice move there though. So the opportunity, 1 and a 2. Thank you very much. Whoa. It was a bit close there. I was unlucky. Miko jumping around repair pretty easily. I still can't fucking believe it though. Ooh. Sliding, but turn that into a success. I want to see that on the inboard actually. They were not my friend at the end. Or turn right to go left, eh? That worked though. Yeah, I could imagine. That's why I didn't go with them. I wanted a tire that I could pretty much depend on for the whole race. Especially with the kind of race I had, I think that was definitely the right call. Because I was kind of just chilling up front. Well, not really up front, but in third place. Allow me to get away with driving like shit as well. Oh, that was brave. And got cut off. Jim followed. Let's see. You get past Rob. No team orders at play here. Unless... I don't know. Just got it wrong. Back forward, though. It's a nice run on Robert. Oh, is he in the wall? Oh, he did. Snag the wall. Robert down on the apron. Oh, press must give way. Close stuff. Ooh, it's pretty close. Just missed. Obviously, Miko broke into clean air and he absolutely stormed up to me. I think they kind of stay in formation. Yes. Oh, what happened here? Get lost a lot of ground. Oh, big slide. That one had done it though. So you were getting really loose out into here. Let's see, is there another case of that? Oh yeah. No grip. Full throttle, no grip. Too bad you cannot down change to help brake the car as the car refuses to shift down. Yeah. Good old downshift protection. Yes, they had to stop rich people from blowing the car up. So, always fun. That was really white. Yeah, I thought he might have been... He was steamrolling in here, and I was like, holy cow. It looked a lot closer in my mirrors, to be honest. I kind of shat myself. I was like, oh no. But he was far enough back. Yeah, he was just outbraking me everywhere, which I guess makes sense. You can't be a second faster than someone without outdriving them. Oh, hello, what's going on here? Let's jump back. And you can pull downshift protection by pressing downshift twice quickly. Ah. See, Jim gets a nice slipstream here. Gets the move done into the brake and repair going really deep. Let's close up for here. Nice old bit of slipstream into that. Oh, he's away on the grass. Way too deep. Oh, that kind of scuppered Jim though. Well, bit of a slide and tear through. Unlucky. But slipstream. Oh, what the hell? Oh, he just got a massive run. Holy cow. Yeah. So much speed. Yeah, it's weird. These cars are weird. They don't really slipstream that much, but then you can get into a window and it just takes off. And it's crazy. I guess looking at it, Mattia's wing hadn't really reopened yet. Yeah, it was still reopening on the exit of the corner. Neither had yours, so I guess maybe that was why. So you can see when when the corners start ramping up, the wing sort of closes up again. But when you're on the actual straights, the wing pries itself open, which isn't really ideal for slipstreaming, but it is what it is. They're all over each other. And forward. See, I'm guessing this is where he gets for bear on the braking and through. Nice and easy. Absolutely clears him on the exit as well. And back to these two. In the wrong. I'm getting all mixed up here. Let's see. Does Jim get rubber? Nice slipstream. But he brakes early. It does Rivera brake. Ooh. Good stuff. You got a bit of a slip there. You got through. Back a little bit though. We want these two, because these two have a bit of a jolly old battle. I was kind of spectating on. He gets to the outside here. Yari covers off the inside. Tries to go for the switch. Sort of gets it. But doesn't really clear Yari. puts Yari on the inside here. Just puts him back alongside, but Miko just gets a better exit. And that's that pretty much sorted. Yeah. What was that? How well does Robert keep up? Not very. So I think we could jump forward a bit, because everyone's kind of spread out for the time being. Okay, I don't think these two really catch up, so I'm going to focus on Batia and myself. Oh wait, actually no. These two. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so we've got the slipstream. Whoa. He cut that real tight. Yeah, I guess he thought you were taking a much tighter line than you were. And he had committed by that point. But I don't think he realized that you'd committed before he had. So, oof. Touch. A little flash of displeasure. There you go. Little blink. Oh, fuck. I can understand being flustered in the heat of the moment, but yeah, it wasn't. And you two have both just committed to intersecting trajectories. He could have given more space, but technically already given enough. It's just that your line and his weren't really... Well, they met, so... That wasn't too bad in the grand scheme of things, though. Both got away pretty nice, pretty easily from the contact. Worst case scenario, you could have completely pit maneuvered him there. Which definitely would have been a bit of extra sauce at the end. Norris move. Right, Tio's going proper sideways through there. Thought I'd maybe just about do enough to keep him at bay, but he was just that bit quicker. Not to mention I was really shit through here. I think it was, yeah. Yes, yeah, I got way wide. You can see it's kind of carried too much speed. The car just didn't want to turn. And that cost me on the exit, because that puts him right up into my slipstream. Because that was not faster. Got a bit wide here, but it kind of worked out. I needed to make more mistakes so I could copy them. It was going alright here, though. I was just holding my ground. You were sideways pretty much every lap onto there. So I was more battling understeer. Really, I tried to hug that inside line as hard as I could. I was basically just running on that first yellow line. As well as I could, at least. Kept it tight. And then just kind of parked it through. Gotta hold no shame in there. But again, just tugging that white, or not quite as well here, but trying to tug that yellow line. I think I was mainly just looking at my mirror here. I was contemplating, to be honest. I maybe should have tried it. I don't know, it would have been risky, but Not really sure what would have been the better strategy. Kind of committed to keeping myself in it. But I was tempted to like back off here and then try and cash back on the slipstream. But I feel like now looking back on it, I might have lost more than that. I was hoping I could at least maybe like try and get a little bit of a side draft, but no. Third race in a row, I lose in a slipstream battle to the finish. Even with the rolls opposed, I still lost. Better to be on the outside in the chicane. Yeah, maybe. I just chose the inside to be stubborn. Nearly lost the car there, which is funny. But I don't quite believe that. 3 lost slipstream battles to the line in a row. Need to work on my slipstream game, I guess. I think in the Beamers I would have had it if the car just had a little bit more power. This one, I don't know really. I think my crazy plan to drop back and try and take it, I don't think would have worked. Looking back at it on the replay, I think there would have been, the gaps would have been too big to really overcome. Yeah, I think I was kind of just fucked either ways. The best strategy would have been to nail the chicane and not have him be close. I wasn't gonna do that though. Let's get the results up though. Pico took the win, 140.2. Over Mihao, 140.9. Which is pretty good. Only other person in the 140s. Yari for 41.6, Batia for 41.0, Mio for 41.6 as well. Jim with a 41.5, Michael with a 42.0, Rob with a 42.8, and Robert with a 40. Oh, Robert dropped all the way down. What happened to him? Have to quickly pop up the replay again and take a look. Hang on. We'll go through the results first though. Yeah, 1-1-1 on the incident points, 0 for me. I'll take that. 2, 0, 1, and 5. Ooh, he must have had a rough finisher. Yeah, pretty jumbled. I guess he was the biggest loser, I think. From 6th down to 9th. Anyone lose more than 3 places? Technically Jim, but Jim started from the pit lane, so technically started from last. And I finished where I started, actually, so it's not too bad. Overall points, however, Nico takes the win. And the pattern is broken. Yari did not finish in 2nd. But Miko did keep up the pattern. Winning all the American races. He did that at least. So yeah, not a perfect score, but far better than everyone else at the end. Yeah, then Yari, then Mihao, myself, Jim, Rob, Mattia, and Robert, who missed a round each. 3 different winners, though. Not too bad. Obviously, Miko with 3, Mihao with 1, and Matteo with 2. Sweeping the 2 Italian rounds, barring Mugello. Some good stuff. Yeah, that car was, again, surprisingly fun. More fun than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I want to see what happened to Robert. He caught some terribly bad luck at the end. Where is he? He's behind Jim. But he hasn't wiped out yet. What happens? Oh. They touch. Oh, we do misjudge that a bit. I'm guessing he wrecks or spins somewhere. Looks fine so far. He's got a run on Jim. Tries to go around the outside. They touch again. Oh, what the hell? Oh, wow. Wow. How on earth? Okay, so I guess the wing was open and he turns the car and the rear end breaks loose. Because I guess he just has no grip on the rear. That's terribly unlucky, but then to hit the wall and sort of... I think he fell through the world. He hit the wall and sunk. It pushed him under the track. Oh no. Oh, that's tragic. I don't think I've seen the car let go like that before, which is interesting. But it doesn't surprise me. I have had some pretty sketchy moments in this car. Shabby Florida ground. Submarine move, yeah. Yeah, that wing was just open and he asked too much of that front. The rear end couldn't follow. Oh, he tried to catch it, but he didn't brake. I wonder if he braked, if maybe, just maybe, he might have caught it. But he didn't. Terribly unlucky. Next season, though. I guess, because we've now wrapped off that. See, I took the BMWs and Miko takes the Ferraris. And, yeah, so next season, let's start off with the replacement for the Ferraris. So this main slot, because this is the one I actually have sort of fleshed out. So I think this is kind of the one that I want to focus on more. The other one might change. I'm not fully sure. But we are revisiting a car we've used before. But in a bit of a different scenario. Where we are returning to, when it loads. Ooh, what the hell? That didn't sound good. There we go. That took longer than it should. I don't know what happened there. But ta-da! The good old friends, the Top Cars. From a few seasons back. I think it was about a year ago now. We're going to be charting across, obviously, the 6 models. You know, fuck it, I can't be bothered to find a setup. We're just going to grab the car. The 6 models that were previously available in are going to be available again because all the models are the same. Of course, if you haven't seen this car before, it's loosely based off of Southern American racing series, like the Stock Car Brazil, Turismo Carretera, TC2000 and the likes. More closely, I broke the curb there, like a buffoon. Most closely off of stock car Brazil, though. Obviously, V8, naturally aspirated. Slicks, some light downforce, sequential gearbox, all the bells and whistles. We raced these before, mostly around like street tracks and some other funny tracks in between, and it was pretty fun. But this time we're changing things up a bit. If you remember that poll I conducted earlier on in the season, where I asked in terms of longer races, and of course, most people said yes, they do. And so yeah, we are going to be running 45-minute races in these cars. There are going to be no multipliers and no mandatory pit stops. However, the car has a relatively full, small fuel tank at only 50 liters. And the tires, they are a spec tire compound. Well, there's only one tire compound. But that likely won't last the whole race. I mean, it probably will, but the speed drop-off is pretty significant. Low fuel and fresh tires is about, at least from my rough calculations, can be about a second quicker than old, worn-out tires, so not to mention you'd likely have to fuel save on top of that too, if you wanted to stretch the fuel out to the end. So yeah, pit stops likely will be in play throughout the series, but thought I wasn't going to force it because, well, the car kind of dictates it anyways, and I want to leave the window open for fruity strategies if people want to try things. But yeah, 45-minute races in the 6 top cars. They're all identical, so don't need to worry about POP or anything like that. They just look different on the outside. And yeah, we're going to be cycling around European tracks. I'm sort of doing a little bit of a country-by-country tour. I haven't fully mapped out what countries I want to go to yet, but I think Portimao, especially with this better version of Portimao, not the shitty old one we always used to use, I think this serves as a nice starting point because it's on the sort of far west coast of Europe, and we could sort of work our way east, visiting different tracks and countries as we go. Which, yeah, I think could be interesting. As for the second series, I'm not fully sure. I have a very basic bitch idea. Whether or not I decide to go with that, I'm not sure. I might do a little bit more playing around with some things and decide, because I'm not fully sold on my current idea. But I don't really have any better ideas, so it's kind of where the swings and roundabouts come in. Yeah, let me just... RSS F79 has been free for a while. Yeah, I know it has, and I do want to use it, but I kind of want to do something special with it. I don't want to just, like, throw it away. So, yeah. I have a somewhat out-of-the-box idea, but it is a relatively feasible idea. And somewhat realistic, but not quite at the same time. But yeah, at the moment, my basic bitch other idea is subject to change. But the general consensus is, because we're doing a longer Why doesn't chat want to be on the screen anymore? Okay, it just doesn't. Thank you. You're not me close AC. Reopen it. It's being funny. Okay, that was really random. I don't know why that. Okay, yeah. So because the second race is going to be longer, the first race, which is what this will be replacing, is going to be shorter. I think we're only going to do 15-minute races. No doubling up or anything. Likely like 6-minute qualifying as well, just to keep things short. But at the moment, I just thought of shamelessly stealing the real-life sort of Carrera challenge, or whatever they call it in the UK, which is basically just the Cayman GD4 at different British tracks. Not the most inventive idea, but it's a filler, I guess. If I could come up with nothing more interesting, then I think this at least should be entertaining enough. It was the shoehorn in last season, in place of the if people didn't want to do the BMWs, so this is a pretty fun car to drive at some tracks that it maybe doesn't usually get driven at. Tracks and layouts it doesn't usually get driven at. Of course, this series followed the BTCC calendar, so would be featuring tracks that featured in BTCC. Maybe with a little bit of creative license here and there for tracks that aren't available. That don't have a good mod we can use. I did go down a rabbit hole testing a load of different things at the weekend, but it was mainly for the main series, really. I was trying to see if I could find any better long race cars, but I think the top cars should make for a good benchmark to kind of see how people feel about longer races. Because yeah, as you said, the Formula 79 is there, and I have been contemplating doing something special with that. Special in quotation marks. It's just another series, really, but I have an idea that I've been wanting to do for a little while now. I've just never really... Well, I just haven't done it. Either other things have popped up in my head that I feel have been more interesting in the moment, and some things that I thought were maybe a bit risky, but we'll see. Because I guess I might as well spill the beans now, because we're probably going to do it at some point. But yeah, the Formula 79 obviously is available. It's free. So I would recommend picking it up if you have it at the moment, just in case they do make it not free suddenly. I somewhat doubt they will, but they might. Yeah, if they don't, it'll probably be quite cheap, so I could probably buy it for people if they don't have it. But obviously, we could do the generic thing, go to a bunch of Formula 1 tracks or whatever, modern, old Formula 1 tracks, whatever. But what I thought would maybe be more interesting is instead, not quite replicate old school IndyCar, because old school IndyCar is basically just ovals, but actually replicate more kind of modern day IndyCar with a mixture of sort of street circuits, road courses, and a couple of ovals in there for good measure, maybe. Annoyingly, I don't think there is any version of Indianapolis available that isn't the 1930s one with the bricks everywhere still. Because that would have been fun to throw in. But many years ago, I did actually run the F79 on an oval, and it was pretty fun. So I think it can work. It wouldn't be the main thing of the season, probably only be 2 races at most, maybe only 1. But I thought that'd be a bit more interesting than sort of just going for by the numbers Formula 1 tracks or random mishmash of shit that I picked up. But I don't know if those would be longer races or not. I don't know what would really work better. Because 20 minutes would feel a little short, maybe, for those. So I don't know. But yeah, next season, testing the waters really with longer races, seeing how people think about them. Top car isn't too demanding, but it does have some quirks that can make it pretty tricky. So seeing how people can deal with that over a longer stint will be pretty valuable to learn. Ooh, I got on the grass there. But yeah, that's just kind of crazy headcanon stuff. You can tell me I'm stupid, I'm off my rocker or whatever, but that's kind of what I've been thinking. If you think I am completely full of shit, then please do say, because you know, I obviously don't want to run a season that nobody turns up to. Would be a waste of time for me, and would be a waste of... wouldn't really be a waste of time for you guys, because you'd be doing other things. Cool. But yeah. Poop emoji. Like pink. Oh, I don't get that. Anyways, yeah. Science time, though. Remember we were talking about this. Yeah, so Daytona. So if we go to Daytona... Oh, I'm on Great Britain. Daytona is not in Great Britain. Daytona Oval. Right. Okay, so I've had a theory. Because if you remember, on Daytona, if you get too close to the wall, you get sucked in. Right? The car sort of falls into the void. Keeping out the old Cayman. I probably should have turned damage off, actually. I'll do that. So I want to, like, scrape up against the wall. Mechanical damage, 0. And obviously if I just scrape up against the wall, the car's gonna get broken. Maybe should have picked a faster car as well, but meh. This'll do me fine. Yeah, at least against here on the flatter banking. Going too fast, but you can see the car is pretty fine. It doesn't really hook up into the floor. on the slight banking here, we're still fine. I'm actually be able to hold the wall better, even than I can on the straights. But when we get up here, you'll see. If I step towards the wall, or you can see it there. Here we go. Yep, my right wheels are in the ground. If I try to turn away, the car bounces. And if I drive up the banking, again, you see I just fall in to a hole. There's sort of a hole against the wall. I can't quite seem to get it to happen, but I'm sure you've seen it's possible to fall out of the map. And now if I go to Bristol as well, it's kind of similar. Bristol's much narrower, so it's not as noticeable. Or not quite as extreme, like you can't fall through the track at Bristol. But you'll see the same kind of thing is there. Which is a little bit of a gut punch, because Bristol is pretty funny. Absolutely love the racing in the beam. As you see, it's pretty high banking all the way around. See, we're fine at the moment. The banking does plateau out here a bit. If I run it up into the wall here, it's not really happening. It doesn't want to happen now that I'm demoing it. But it is possible for the car to get stuck. Okay, it doesn't want to work now. I'll be damned, I guess. Maybe the wheels on this thing are too wide. What's happening in the BMW slightly? What about John R's Daytona? Is that free or is that paid? I don't think I have that. If I go now to Monza. So I had a theory, right? For Daytona at least. That this would have been caused by the way the banking and the wall meet, because they meet at such a heavy angle that it would kind of it kind of bugs out AC's collision. We all know AC's collision isn't the best, and it is very possible to just fall through the ground. Let me go and bring on this code. Okay, it's on R777, and quickly pay attention to where I'm going. Is it not opening? Oh, there we go. It opened. Daytona 2024. Okay. Get now. Oh, 0. Get. Email address. Email. Yeah. I didn't know this was even a thing, to be honest. View content. Download. Okay, I'll let that do its thing. But, so the test, obviously we have the Kunos official 1966 Monza with its banking that's incredibly bumpy, so not really a good test. But, it does seem like that's not happening. However, there is a key distinction, actually. There's a key... Oh, that's trippy. There's a key distinction, right? So at Bristol and Daytona, the... actually looks pretty cool. Look how I pack up on the banking liner. But at Bristol and Daytona, the walls are actually straight. They don't line up with the track. They're straight. But at Monza 1966, you see the guardrail actually follows the curvature of the track. It's banked. It's on the banking also. So I wonder if maybe that still is the case, actually. That it is to do with that difference in the angle. Because here, it's still at that 90 degrees, right? It's still perpendicular. Is that the right... I don't know. My brain is melting. But, like, they're at a 90-degree angle to each other. Whereas here, or whereas at, like, Daytona and Bristol, they're not at 90 degrees. I think all the way around here it's the same. All this camera is tilted. It's kind of trippy. Yeah, it's the same here. Okay. Let's see, is Daytona downloaded? It has. I guess this will be a good test. I do have a Talladega mod, I think. That's not, like, the greatest mod ever made, so... how conclusive you want to say about that is debatable. But, like, it is interesting that this only really seems, as far as I could tell, it only really seems to happen on, like, tracks of huge banking. At least I haven't really, people can correct me if they think I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it on tracks with lower banking. Unless the track is just poorly designed. But, like, you don't really see it at... well, Martinsville, you never really get up to the wall. I don't think you really see it on, like, Martinsville. I don't think you really see it in, like, Phoenix and the likes. You don't really see it... oh! Content manager broke. It died. Okay. Now it doesn't want to close. Technical difficulties. I can close the AC launchers. I don't need that. But yeah, I've only really noticed it on, like, Daytona and stuff like that. Some tracks do have holes in them. Like, if you remember Long Beach, There's a load of holes in Long Beach. Daytona 2024. Oh, this is the Rallycross layout? Oh, that's the NASCAR road course as well. Funny. Let's look up NASCAR road course. It's literally the same. There's just an extra chicane, but funny. Let me guess that this is going to need CSP and it's going to crash, right? No. Okay, we're good. Where does this put me? That puts me before the final corner. Okay. Alright, test time. I'm going to run up against the wall. Okay. I hear the wall is... I guess the wall is slightly canted in Daytona. I didn't really think about that. In Bristol, I don't think it is, though. But it does seem like that's not happening. Oh, oh no! Okay. Actually, I guess that makes more sense here. This isn't like Road Atlanta. I did just get PTSD from his Road Atlanta mod, though. Where it slows you down to oblivion. Yeah, I completely forgot. Picks the NASCAR layout, completely forgets about the NASCAR chicane. What the hell is that? I guess it's like a whip. Oh shit. I think none of these tracks include the, I don't know if they still use it or not, but the motorbike layout. I think that would be interesting to use maybe every now and then. It's a bit of a different layout. I might be able to show it on the upper layer if you haven't seen it. Actually, this version of Daytona is pretty cool. Definitely a higher quality version, at least at first glance. That's the truth. Oh! I don't know if you heard, but that was... Okay, the car really doesn't want to stick to the wall. I wonder if the wall is... I wonder if the wall geometry is maybe shaped different so you don't really... Oh, that's interesting, though. The car almost bounces up onto the wall. I don't know if there's a way where I could see the, like... Oh, yeah, the new chicane. Okay. Le Mans chicane. This actually feels like it's faster. It might be moved back as well, I think. Can I, like, mount the wall, though? Yeah, the car wants to deflect itself more, but if I go straight into the wall, the car picks up, which is interesting. It's almost the opposite of what we had on the other Daytona. Right, here's NASCAR chicane. You cannot forget it this time. Where does it start? Ugh. Get up. Didn't get slowed down this time, there. Okay, can I break free? Crash into the pit wall. Big pipe. Breaking free. No. 0 out of 10. Where's the pit lane speed then? Oh, there's a... Ha. That's, That's interesting. Can I can still do that, though. Wait, hang on, though. I know in like the current Daytona we use, there actually is a little trick, right? So if you pull to the side... Okay, it seems like it's better defined here, though. Where's that light turn off? Yeah, okay. It's better defined here. On the original, or on the current mod we use, it actually goes the other way. Is there an invisible wall here, too? Nope. I can just do that. Can Let me go. Can I? Oh my god. 2 miles an hour. We're making it. Slowly. Very slowly. Oh, the car's spinning. I actually started to grip up when spinning. If I found the... Oh no, okay, we just gripped up. Okay, where the hell are we? Oh, we're here. Okay. Can I go up here? Can't, but it immediately tells me I'm going the wrong way, and then I run into invisible walls. Shucks. I'm guessing there's also an invisible wall here, right? No? Oh, this slows you down. Nice burnout, though. Can I run flat on the apron? Let's see. I think the apron here is a bit wider. I could be wrong. Oh my god, I can just run flat on the apron. Huh. That certainly won't get exploited. This time, though, I don't have to worry about crashing into a truck if I miss the chicane. Just a solid tile. Or not. Better run flat on this apron? No. Too much speed. Bye. Oh, no! As I thought. Okay, so instead of sink... What the fuck? Is there a giant hill here in real life? That seems kind of weird. Why is there just like a mound here? Might be. Where does this wall run? I just runs along the pit lane, I guess, yeah. But wait, so if I run wide here, how bad is the sticky? Okay. It's actually not bad. Run all the way wide. Doesn't invalidate the lap, but, you know. The end of the world. Dead. Let's see there. I thought there was a point where I got the car dip a wheel into the wall. Might have been more of a bounce, though, than a sink. It's probably more of a bounce than a sink. Because yeah, when I go... yeah, that's... it's better, I guess. But, yeah, if you do that, that happens. Which, I guess falling through the world is still worse, maybe. But it isn't really ideal either. How was it? Oh yeah. Let's see. Pits. Didn't realize I was leaning against the wheel. Ah, there's a tunnel. Okay. Uneven walls, so depends where you hit it. Alright. Let's see, do they have the motorbike layout? They have a lot of roads in here. They all have curbing, so I'm guessing there's like some infield layout. But yeah, the motorbike layout, right? So, you can kind of see it here, actually. So yeah, it is here. It's just not available. See, obviously it starts as normal, and you come down through here. They might do the shorter International Horseshoe. I'm not sure. Little blimps in these. Getting distracted now. But yeah, it runs down normally. And instead of going around here and out onto the oval, it actually turns left here. And you basically cut through here, and you rejoin on the back straightaway. And obviously run down through the chicane, and so on and so forth. I think this is the service road again, so I do wonder what these layouts are, though. Like on Highlands, yeah. Little Daytona into the grass. Shame we can't put a car in the lake, though. That'd be funny. Oh, look, yeah, you can see where the old chicane was. These markings in the tarmac. At least I'm pretty certain. Because I think this is definitely later, I want to say. It's more forgiving as well, I think, actually. It feels later and longer. Which I don't think is a bad thing, really. I can't really see that from up here. Yeah, like, there are quite a lot of roads. Okay, well, there's another return pickup truck and a surface road. But, like, there's, like, this joining road here. I'm not really sure what layout this forms. I guess maybe, like, a short loop. Not sure. This is always mildly... Like, very, very mildly annoying when I see tracks with, like, layouts that aren't really used. One thing that would be really funny to see replicated, though, is the old Battle on the Backstretch circuit. They, because for a couple of years, this big patch of tarmac here was turned into, like, they basically just put up a bunch of tires and were like, here you go, modified drivers, here's a short track. And it was complete chaos. Let's see the rallycross track. Oh, this looks different, actually, than the one... I do have another mod for the rallycross track, and it is slightly different. Let's get the Fiesta. I guess. Fiesta WRC. Gravel. Oh, it crashed. Needs ESP. Okay, let me turn that on. I haven't been terribly convinced by the old physics from what little I've tried of them so far, so I guess we'll see if this changes that. Probably not. Pits that way? Okay. Oh, this is open. Oh, okay, this is completely different. Oh no, no Joker. Rude there. Oh wow, yeah. Oh, it's not stopping. Arg. Oh, no damage. So we're good. Let's see. Yeah, still doesn't feel great. Massive jump though. It's too slow though. Can't pull enough speed on the exit. No traction at all. I love it. Oh my god. I'm in neutral. Is it threatening the pit lane? I guess along here. No choker lap though or anything. Which is interesting. And it just spits me out here. A pretty basic layout, really. I guess it's not terrible, but it is. It's... Let me bring up the old one. This is the older layout. This is the same as if you ever played iRacing, you would have likely have driven this layout. I don't know if iRacing is that other layout, but it definitely has this one. Because I remember back when I drove on iRacing eons ago, I remember driving this. So we got the... Coming to the... I guess the outer line is the Joker. Alright. I'm beginning. You come through this chicane here, into this jump that's actually a jump, and I'm gonna go too fast and break the car. For a bit of a complex here, a bit of a tight turn. Yeah. This bit, I think, is slightly different to the iRacing version. Yeah, the iRacing version is more of a chicane there, not like a tight funnel. I don't have iRacing, though, at the moment. I haven't had it for years, so I can't really show you, but you're gonna have to take my word for it. I think, judging by the start gantry, this is like a Project Cars layout or something. I'm gonna fuck this up again, and I'm in the tire barrier. You can see it's quite different. What I do want to test, though, Daytona 2024. Let's see. I wonder what would be a good car. Direct kill, yeah, I was just dead from that. You know what? We're gonna pull the BMW out. If I can find it. BMW 325i iRacing. Race. Grid. 49 opponents? Jesus Christ. I don't want that many. 5 laps, 19 opponents. Let's see. I'm curious. Curious to see if they race any better in this 2024 version than they do in the current one. In the current one, they don't race very well. Like I said, the track is pretty wide, but they treat it like it's only 2 lanes, which is like bizarre. Never understood it. I might play myself here with the full fuel tank, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Okay. It's a bit slow off the mark. It's whatever though. Touching the yellow line. Alright, see me here. Cheers for racing, cheers for chatting. Okay, we have lost touch. just about... I don't know where the hell he's going. Oh, I wasn't paying attention either. Yeah, let's play it out. Oh. Oh, no. I was too busy looking at the car in front. I didn't look in my side. And... well, you can still fall through the track. Interesting tidbit. Okay, just gonna go for it. I ain't got no time. Need to be checking up though. That's not a good sign. This BMW is hardly a fast car around here. Which is not filling me with a lot of confidence. Where the hell is the rest of it? Why is he all the way back there? Okay. Alright, well this seems to be worse. I didn't think you could make it much worse. Apparently you could. Like, what? Where is he going? He's braking! They all braking? Or our headlights or something? Our headlights are just on. I think he did brake though. He lifted up for sure. Like they don't seem to want to stay in line. If a car pulls in front of them, they're jumping out. And they're braking. Why is he braking? Oh no. Yeah, I was nowhere near this guy, and I'm just gonna steamroll past him now because he braked. See you later, sucker. Yeah, okay, yeah, I just don't really want to race. At all. Let's bring up the other Daytona. You see, they're not great, but they're definitely, I'd argue they are a bit better. They still suck, but, you know. I did learn, though. I did a little bit of practice running at a... Okay. We're in fog. Daytona and Silent Hill. I think it's just set the weather to random. Because for some reason, TSP decides it overrides the default weather and doesn't let me select it anymore. Oh, they're braking at the start. I've killed that man. I have killed him. Okay, we're not up to the best of starts, but so they're worst starting, but oh my god, he's trying to kill him. He's killed him. Like I said, they still suck. I'd be a bit more patient though this time. You'll see they suck ever so slightly less. I mean, at least on the other track, they seem to understand there's more than 2 lanes at Daytona. But knowing that there's more than 2 lanes at Daytona is not very helpful when you pick any other lane than the lane that has cars in it. You see here, they'll pretty much just form into 2 lanes, and they will try and slipstream each other. Unless it's the car that's the problem. Who knows? I think this guy will... Yeah, maybe it is the car. And again, though, they do seem a bit less sporadically spread out. Probably should have started pushing him. Trying to side draft him now. Running slightly over ahead. Slightly forward. There. I can't English. Oh, I've hit him. Hit him again. Couldn't gear work. Kind of. Not really. I guess it works for locking bumpers, actually. Pretty much just lock bumpers with him completely in 7th gear. I don't have to worry about any power shenanigans. Oh, he's trying to jump for the line, though. I got him. I'm going for it in 7th gear. I'm actually gaining speed. I didn't think that was possible. Yet again, we didn't go to any tracks for 7th gear. We even got close to 7th gear, so... Can I push 170? Oh yeah. Going for it. He cut me off, motherfucker. Alright, we're dead. Oh, am I still on the track? Never mind. Oh, you can't see shit. Oh no, 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 I was not on the track. Straight through the wall into the void. You know what? For fairness' sake, let's test the other track again. Would be a car. I guess Hyperion. Nearest is Hyperion. Let's see. That might do better. We'll see. The shame, though, I don't think I've seen any, like, actual, like, quality, next-gen NASCAR mods. Because I think that could be pretty fun to race. Especially given it's more attuned to road courses. Which means that, like, you know, we can do them. Oh, it's a fucking nighttime, Jesus. Okay, however, though, I do want to restart because... Where's Daytona? Okay, 2017. I'll load this. Find JR Daytona. Save that. Quit. Actually, just close it and reopen it. Okay. Give me back the default weapons, please. We hit go. If you're wondering why I moved a setup that was named AI_default across, if you didn't know, you can vaguely influence the AI setup in AC. It's a bit patchy. It doesn't always work the way you want it to, because the AI kind of just makes up how much of it wants to follow, but it can work. And this will give them a bit more top end. Hopefully make them race a bit better. They already screwed me off the start. Oh no, the braking. They're braking. Okay, like, keep braking though. Oh, you didn't really like that push. Is he trying to go underneath? He is. Madman. He lost out though. Chicken out. Seems a bit more lively, but they're not really... They braked over the finish line. Oh no. Don't tell me it's one of those. We'll see next time around. They're not really forming up at all though. They're all spread all over the place. The older track they at least could string into a straight line. If nothing else. Occasionally they could form 2x2. I mean, they have formed a 2x2x2 at the front. But, yeah, these guys are quite erratic. Let's see, are they going to break over the start finish line? Oh, the guy in front of me didn't. But I don't know what the fuck the guy on the outside was doing. Oh, he's getting loose and he's killed me and himself. Well, he's killed himself at least, not me. I live. Now let's see. I should not be able to catch up from this, will I? Kind of in a no man's land here. Close to ahead, locked in a bit of a side draft. Oh my god, they're 3 wide for the lead. Oh, never mind. You know, I want to see how that battle for the lead ends up going. Yeah, actually driving. He's flat. He's way up against the wall. Oh, I hit the wrong button. It seems like it's the same problem though. They can't really... These guys can make a 3 wide happen at least, but they don't really know what to do with it. And he is... What's he doing? He's way out of the throttle. Yeah, too cautious. They just randomly jump out of the throttle. It's just, yeah, again, he just massively jumped out of the throttle. He picked up a bit of brake as well. Completely cut that guy off. He's like 3 wide though. Jesus. Not wrecking though. Oh, never mind. There they go. Oh, he saved it. Oh. Holy shit. Madness. Accidentally pressed F1 on Google. But yeah, I think that's everything. Enough tomfooling around. I didn't actually look at the walls, did I? Ah well, doesn't matter too late now. But yeah, that was fun. We'll have next season confirmed in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out on the usual avenues for that. Whether that be the Discord server, or SRS / my own, or the SRS page, you will find out at the latest by Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, I'll probably put some effort in tomorrow to try and get things finalized, at least mostly. Probably completely finalized by Friday. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, thanks to everyone who came along and raced. Thanks to everyone who came along and chatted. And yeah, I'll see you all next week with some new stuff. Adios.